be live.
Okay, can I have one request?
We are live here at SRL 360 headquarters, and I am here with Joshua Butterfield and Lachlan Martin. How are we, boys?
Yeah, good.
Pretty good.
It's a busy week here.
Definitely.
It's been an interesting week, I'll put it that way.
As we know, there's some huge signings that are being rumoured around, and later in the episode, we'll really deep dive on some of the rumoured signings and what happened. But firstly, we'll go into the round 5 recap. So, what was the first game of this round?
First game of the round was the Broncos taking on the Eels. This was an interesting game, to say the least.
Yeah,
what's our thoughts on this game?
I caught the end of it. Unfortunately, I was away when a lot of this happened, but I caught the end of it, and it did seem like
it was a comeback. Yeah,
almost a very even contest. At the end, I
wouldn't say even. It was a game of two halves, really. I think, what was it, like 22-0 in the favour of the Eels at halftime or something? I think another game.
That. I feel like it was.
No, yeah, it was this.
I don't know. It was 20-something.
Oh no, 24-0. 24-0.
Yeah, I felt like it was 24.
And well, they came on in the second half, and the Broncos just turned it around and won 32-30. Is that 32 second half points? Jesus Christ! Like, oh my god, there's a lot of comebacks this round.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I do really think you gotta give props to the Broncos. Like, they haven't been playing overly well this season, but I think moving Raymond back to the halves really helped both their kind of attack in general, because he's able to bring on his experience and his organisation that was kind of missing for most of their game last week.
Yeah.
Did he start?
Was this Sleeper Raymond?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember, because didn't he slot a field goal the week before?
He didn't start last week, but we're not going to talk about what happened last week. You know, man, that was last week. All right. We don't need to worry about what the Broncos played last week. They may have won, they may have lost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not entirely aware of what happened. I have short-term memory, alright? No, I don't know what happened last week. I just think the Jackson Farrell posted the game stats. That's not real. That didn't happen.
Nothing happened last week.
Nothing happened. And can we just skip the next game too? Like, that game doesn't exist anymore.
I'm not sure if we can skip the next one.
So yeah, the next one, as we all know, was Rabbitohs v Panthers. Lachlan, can you tell us kind of what happened here?
I only got to see the first half, unfortunately, when we were up 18-0. I missed the final 43 minutes of the game, unfortunately. Yeah, power outage. We'll just have to cut the game there and say we won 18. No, in all seriousness, tough game as well for me. I actually thought that was probably the best half footy I said us play in the first half. Really promising against a powerhouse side like the Rabbitohs. It was a very good game from the Rabbitohs. I thought that, from us, our best player by far was probably, I'll have to say, probably up there with like Simon Hunt was really good for us. I thought Kennedy at centre ran for 230 meters. Like, what the hell? Like, bro, since when do centers do that? And yeah.
Didn't he play on the wing in the second half?
He did play on the wing in the second half, but I think he made more meters from the
He did make a lot of meters at centre, yeah. I did notice that. It was really interesting.
Yeah, the Panthers, you guys are just missing the end of your games. Like, you were playing amazing footy at the start. Weren't you up? What were you up by?
Oh, we're up by 18.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, you were up by 18,
Listen, all right. If
against
we just stop them scoring at 25 extra points that they scored in the second half, we win.
Yeah,
18 nil.
actually, we didn't score 25 in the second half. I think it was.
Oh, sorry, no, you
19.
scored 19 and 6 in the last 2 minutes of the.
We scored
first
6.
half.
We scored a try. At the
You guys
last
are
two.
just, you guys are just missing your second half. Like if you can get that right, you next season, because this season, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure you can't win from here, but next season you guys are going to have probably a really good side if you can just get that second half correct. You just maybe bring in some more people around the middle who kind of a little more experienced, know what they're doing.
You want to know what I pinpoint our problem is, right? And I've pinpointed this over a couple of weeks. Our fitness is down. We run out with a lot of energy, a lot of strike power. But some of our players, and I'm not gonna call anyone out here, but there were a few players on the weekend that I noticed got very tired in their last couple stints. Like in the last bit of the game. I really don't like calling players out, but I think a few players such as like. Oh, I really hate doing this, but I'm gonna say like a few players. I think like Sean Bradford, probably for example, didn't that last the entire minute. Jordan Williams, another player. I hate doing this as captain. I'm sorry. Just use this information. We're gonna go out there and smash the who are we first this week? Eagles. We're gonna smash the Eagles. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate to call players out like that. I think if we can fix that up, get our fitness right, it goes a long way to winning.
Yeah. Also, Liam, do you want to post this in player content? Okay. Back to what I was saying. So is this the first week Jordan Williams is off the bench?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So did you kind of use that to try and see if you could get more out of him for the time he's on, rather than how do I say this? Have him play less minutes so that he doesn't get as fatigued, so that you're.
Look, I have my reasons for playing him off the bench, but I'm not going to be revealing that here. There are reasons behind it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part of it could be that. There are other reasons though. It's not just one reason I make decisions each week. I haven't had one week where I've sort of stuck with mostly the same lineup. I think last week was the closest. The only change I made was like Kennedy to the centers. This week I've just gone with complete change because there's a few reasons behind it. All I'll say is I'm looking forward to this round. It's going to tell us a lot about our club moving forward.
In saying that, I think the Rabbitohs halves were a little quieter than they usually were. I think that, as I said on the podcast last week, Edwards needs to cut down on his errors.
Bro, I need to cut down on my errors. I'm sorry. I actually wanted to talk about this. I will say though, I can't really talk shit on the rest of the club members when I made 4 errors on the weekend. 2 of them ended up costing us a try. So to all Penrith fans and players and coaching staff out there, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We all make mistakes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I do actually. I always feel myself. All right. 4 errors for a second rower. It's not a good look. All right. It's not a good look for the club, especially from the captain.
Yeah, not a good look, but I'm sure he'll bounce back.
Fingers crossed, eh?
But yeah,
I'm looking at the stats right now from this.
Yeah.
It's had 2 runs for 6 meters.
Yeah. But I will say, Edwards has been a lot better with his errors, but the moments where he does it really hurts. Like I saw the moment where he did it during the game.
I don't even remember when he made that one error.
I believe it was off a scrum. He got the ball probably 10, maybe 15.
It was on scrum, yeah.
15 meters from the Panthers line, and then he loses the ball, and the Panthers basically march to the own side of the field. So it's the points where he does it really hurts. Like you could have made the scoreline a lot worse if that hadn't happened, and it would have put a lot more pressure on the Panthers team. And you maybe would have got it. Sorry, what am I thinking here? Your points differential would have been better affected, and that's what you really need in these final couple games, because top three are only decided by points differential at this stage if Manly loses.
Yeah, look, I will agree with you on this game in particular. Isaac Edwards was probably a little bit quieter, but the player that impressed me the most was actually probably Ash Crutcher. I think he's kicked for his most meters I've seen him kick in his career, probably 241 meters, set up a try, ran for 135 meters. But the real impressive thing was he touched the ball 35 times.
Mm.
He was dictating. I don't think I've seen one game this season where he's put the back on his shoulder and brought his team back into the game. I actually think this game, he was the player. Him and Liam Ryan brought the team back into the game. Which usually expected to be your Isaac Edwards, your Aaron O'Hears. It was Ash Crutcher this week.
It was Ash Crutcher this week. Too.
Yeah, Logan Guys, he scored a double, which is another player that you wouldn't really expect it to be.
Guys has been just a monster. I'll just say that.
Yeah, he is really good, yeah. Yeah, but like I just think this week in particular, I don't think you'd expect it to be Ash Crutcher, Logan Guys, the two players that bring your team back into it. Which I think it was. And Liam Ryan. It was also, well, Liam Ryan's always, he's Liam Ryan. He's here in the call right now, but yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the Panthers Rabbitohs games, Tim?
To be very honest with you, it was a scary game. I must say that. At first I thought it was a really close game, and then Rabbitohs, they sort of just come back at the end and finished it off. That's all I got to say. They did a right job, Penrith. They nearly got their first win, but
it'll happen eventually.
No. Maybe.
This weekend, Tim. This weekend.
Maybe. I don't play for Eels anymore anyway.
Oh, that's right. You don't play for Eels anymore. Oh, yeah, that's right. You play for
He plays for Canberra.
Canberra, right? Don't worry. I'll beat Tim Atchison for you.
Nah, don't do that. Don't beat the old team, mate.
Oh yeah, you got to back your old boys down here.
Of course. Till the end, mate. Till the end.
Nah, but they don't have you anymore, Tim. They don't have you anymore. How am I meant to win?
That's never right. They got everyone else. They got the other 16 players.
Wait, Samuel. We'll call it this later, but Samuel Atchison's playing lock.
Yeah, he is. Like, I think it's just another test round for Eels, I guess.
Fair enough then.
For Luke Short. So what are we discussing?
Fair enough. I think we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, we're moving on to the next game, which was
Warriors, Cowboys, Warriors.
Okay, thanks for kind of taking that.
I didn't this game.
This game, I think, showed really well how solid of a half that Corcoran is. I think he played really well for the Warriors. It was sad that they couldn't get the win off of it, but when you're facing the second best team, when Damien Moana's kicking 300 meters, it's going to be hard to beat them. But like I was saying, Josh Corcoran had played probably his best game of the season. Had 6 kicks for 220 meters, nearly 200 run meters, and 2 line breaks. That's pretty good from a running half, in my opinion.
Yeah. With the Cowboys and the Warriors, I think that the Cowboys are still really impressed with this season. The pre-season, I said that I think I made a comment where I said I was worried about their fullback and their halfback, considering they both last season played in the outside backs and had no games, I believe, in their primary positions. But I think it's safe to say Tyler Amatang is in the contention for potentially the MVP award this year, and he's playing amazing. And Damien Moana, in my opinion, I think has actually overtaken Isaac Endel, just the best half this season so far. He's just played incredible the past couple games.
Close.
Let me just have a quick look. Let's have a look at the errors. 0 errors. Yeah, I agree.
And just like Ash touched the ball on in that game, which I think, on Robert for in particular, I think it's good to look at all runs, just because it's not necessarily all runs, it's the amount of times they touch the ball, which means they're getting their hands on the ball a lot. The receiver, Damien Moana, has also touched it 34 times. I think that shows that he's dictating terms a lot around the play the ball and stuff, which is good to see from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no, yeah. It's definitely Moana played well, but and he's been playing well all season, so it doesn't really surprise me either. So it's just really well deserved for him.
Sorry to cut you off here, Liam. Have we ever seen a player kick as many meters as 339 kick meters in a game? I don't usually I think 200 plus is good. I don't remember if I'm seeing
I think Origin.
plus.
I'll have a look. I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look. If it was, I'm pretty sure Origin. Yeah, Isaac Edwards had 402 kick meters.
Oh my, okay, never mind. I was thinking no one had ever hit 400. Okay, then never mind.
Isaac
That's probably
kicked 400 in game 3 of Origin. Insane. Jesus. Yeah, it's so if they kick the ball, they can do a lot of. They'll kick for a lot of meters, which it makes sense, I guess, because weren't the Cowboys, from what I could see by the score, weren't the Cowboys on the Cowboys weren't on the back foot, silly man. Then did Moana kick for so many meters?
It was an interesting game, this one, because I think that Warriors got off to a really quick start. Cowboys brought it back. Cowboys got off to a really quick start. Warriors brought it back, and the rest of the game was a very tight contest. And eventually, the Cowboys sort of just. I did miss the end of this game, but they ended it very well.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. There was something else.
Yeah.
I've lost it. Moving on to the last game.
Yeah, move on to the last game, man.
Very close game between the Raiders and the Sea Eagles. Look, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at Manly, but look, it wasn't a win that we probably would have wanted. It wasn't the circumstances we would have wanted, but a win's a win.
Nah, a win's not a win, mate, and I really do think the Raiders did deserve that. I mean, there was a lot of uncalled calls during that game, I did notice, and I'm not trying to be biased because I'm a Raider now, but the crap calls really did do my, the team over, and I was really disappointed about that because, Raiders could have been the first team to beat the undefeated Manly, which would have been a major headline within the SRL, but the calls really just didn't go Raiders' way, and it really done them over. But I mean, it was a good way to send out Sam Atchison. Everyone had a good game. I don't know if it was this game or was it this game Kane played fullback or did he go back to wing?
Yeah, Kane went to fullback.
Kane's probably going to play the rest of the season at fullback.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think you would know. He's kind of part of the main
8
team.
line breaks. Okay. I'll give him that. He did have a good season. Sorry to cut you off, Butters, but he did have a good game at fullback. I mean, how much meters did he make? 199.
That's not great. I'll give him that. He had 8 line breaks, but that's not great. I'm pretty sure, even though that 8 line breaks, that doesn't really tell the story because he didn't really have that 199 is not that good for run meters. The good fullbacks get 280 odd.
And I will say I played pretty poorly in that game. I only touched the ball, I think it was 12 times in that entire games. I think that's really poor. Should have probably called for the ball more. And yeah, just a really poor performance.
Yeah, no, Manly, they really did look like they were out of energy during like half the game, and that's what let Canberra, get the upper hand over them, which I noticed. But Manly did end up getting the field goal to win the game, but they did not look like they had the energy, to really go through. Credit to Manly, they got the win, and good on them, good on you, Butters. Even though you did go pretty shit. So, so, but yeah, a win's a win, and congrats to that one.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. At the moment, we're only just winning games, and it makes me think there are definitely holes in their side. I find it interesting that despite winning, they've changed Dingle and Kane Jack McKenny around, despite it working for the first 4 games of the season.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting. In fact, considering since they've changed it, they've arguably had that. Well, they were pretty subpar against the Eels. Although I will say the Eels played very good that game. But I think that was probably their worst performance of the season. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually think Dingle was probably their best player, despite playing he played 5'8". I think he was probably their best player despite playing 5'8". Despite that, though, I still think that it's not. I think Dingo's a better fullback, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to sound harsh because it gives me Dingo playing fullback does give me more minutes, but look, Dingo's in a is going to be okay no matter where he plays. He's that kind of player where he can easily fit in the halves and he'll still be a pretty good half. But I think Kane's not a fullback; he's a winger. Statistically, as you've shown, he's top 3 winger in the comp.
I will say, actually, I want to point out before my statistical thing is I'm counting those fullback stats in there, which means he's had some fullback stats alongside his winger stats, which has boosted his rating up massively. Is all I'll say there. Which means that he's probably. I actually would go as far as say if he didn't play fullback that weekend, he's probably not in the top 5 there. Maybe he'd be at least below Tyler Clay, potentially below Isaac Simons, and I don't know who'd go up then, but he's not in that. He's not in that top 3 if it wasn't for the fact he played fullback that week.
I think he's still a better winger, and it would fit the team better. if Kane plays winger, Chaz goes to his main role, and even put Lewis and Kay in the halves, it would still fit the team better than having Chaz Dingo in the halves. It's just my 2 cents.
Fair enough then. Yeah, is there anything else we need to say in this game?
No, not
really.
really.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the next one? Oh no, not next game.
We'll move on. So we'll move on to some of the signings that we've got.
Rumored.
Yeah, we've got the signings rumored around. We'll have a look at them, and so we've got the first signing that we see here is it's been rumored around the league. We've got so it seems to be that Joshua Butterfield has been swung away from Manly, seeming like who's also on the show here.
So Butterfield, is there any truth to this rumor?
Yeah.
The whole world's watching, by the way. So what you say will be taken into context here, and you will be prosecuted if you say the wrong thing. So no pressure here. Just say what was on your mind. You know.
I hate Manly and everyone in it. No.
Cancelled.
Oh.
Playing center for the rest of the season.
Oh, dang it.
So Matt put a message in the Manly chat just saying, can everyone talk to me about their thoughts for next season? And me and another person who I won't name because if they want to talk about it, it's their choice. But we both said, yeah, we really do want to play for Manly next season, and we basically said, look, we I wasn't told they didn't want me, but at the same time they said you'd basically be starting off the bench, and that he wouldn't stop me from taking any other offers. And the reason behind it was he just wanted to put gold players in the main positions, which I think is 100% fair. But yeah, what's pushed me more out the door is probably the
So what
aftermath.
gold players are they putting in the main positions? Surely they don't have four spine gold players.
It will be definitely probably Dingo and Chaps in fullback and in the halves.
So you're saying this is a permanent move?
It could be. Don't quote me on this because obviously I don't know what's going in inside of Matt's head. I don't think even he knows.
Is Bo Sadler a gold?
It's a great question, but I don't think you could really move him out of the hooker position.
And who's the other gold that if they're having four spine players, who's the other gold halfback? They don't have one, do they?
Lewis is a better half.
Is Lewis gold though?
He's not gold, but he is.
Right.
He is.
I'm just saying. I don't think they can get four gold players in their spine. That's the excuse they've given you. But
look.
Anyway.
It's.
I mean, they can most get Chapman Kenny in the spine, I guess, but I don't think that's a smart move.
Look, it's honestly it's their choice. At the time, I could have probably gone around it better, and because I didn't tell Matty that I was going to leave. Basically, the first time he heard it was in the SRL chat. Probably definitely should have told him beforehand that I was going to look at my other options.
Wasn't it? But like, if he tells you you're going to be off the bench, isn't it a bit self-explanatory that you're going to leave? I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Look, it's still probably out of respect more than anything that you should probably tell your captain before.
I know that you should probably. All right, look. So yes, you should definitely tell your captain before you leave. But did you like when you? I'm trying to be careful what I say here because obviously I'm my captain myself. I don't want to piss anyone off. But when he told you that you should look for other clubs, did it basically sound like
yes,
like jump or be pushed type thing?
Yeah.
Then I guess in my opinion, if it sounds like jump or be pushed, it's more self-explanatory. Then you should tell me that you're gonna leave.
It was more that he started off with the fact that he said, "Look, I won't stop you from going to other options." That kind of said to me, "Look, we don't really want you. We will have you, but we don't.
We don't need you.
Yeah, we don't. You're not. I don't want to say you're not important because obviously this season they do think that I'm important in the system. Otherwise, I probably would have been traded. But it says to me that basically that for the next season, what I decide to do doesn't matter to what they have inside, and I basically went, yeah, okay, I'll go looking at other clubs.
Fair enough then. We won't dwell on that anymore. Liam, what's the next training one?
Okay, we've got for the next trade, for the next possible room, we've got. It seems from what I could say, it is Rex Slattery. Oh no, is it? No, silly mate. Declan Murphy. We'll have a chat about him. It seems that his time in the SRL has came to an end.
That's really sad.
Which is really sad, and he had huge. I think I gave him huge raps after season 1. Who gave the Cowboys a bit of spark out of dummy half. Now his time in the SRL's over. Really sad.
Yeah.
Look. I'll talk at this from a captain standpoint. He's been inactive over. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat. He's been inactive over the past couple months. Yeah. I'm not pumping off. I think it's 3 weeks now. At this point in the season, I don't see a point in training anyone at the moment. But he's been inactive, and it looks like his career is coming to an end, unfortunately.
Yeah,
unlucky.
from an outsider's point of view, that's a really big blow because he's been really good for you guys past couple of weeks. That's honestly really sad.
It's really sad. And so the next piece of news that we have got is
I do have sorry to cut you off here, Liam. I will actually go to Chapman Kenny has put something in chat which he asked me to sort of read out, which on the point of what me and Bud was talking about earlier. Again, sorry to cut you off here, Liam. But basically what he said is Chapman Kenny doesn't actually know if he's going to be fullback or wing next season. He simply was just asked for one game at fullback when he re-signed.
alright.
So there's his explanation there. So maybe he won't be playing fullback next season. We're just speculating here. Continue now, Liam. Sorry to cut you off there.
Alright. So the next piece of news we've got is so we've got James Thorne. He is set to leave the Panthers. And the rumor says he's possibly set to link up with the Warriors or the Cowboys.
Who's this?
James Thorne.
Oh shit, there it is. Yeah, I see that. Gold for sale.
Wow.
Mm.
What's the go with that? Lachlan, why's he leaving?
Oh, we all know.
I'd rather not make a comment on.
No, I want to hear. I want you.
I'd rather not make a comment on it right now. Well, I guess I'm sort of forced to be. All right, look. Ford he's one of the most active people in chaps. He's amazing off field, and since it's pretty much confirmed at this point with Collins putting that in there, we have had to make a tough decision here, and we did give him the tap on the shoulder. I worded it very similar to how Matt Harris worded it, in the fact that I was like, if you stay, you can have a spot on the bench next season, but we both know that you're better than that. Which
that's
like,
great.
which
right.
We both know that he's better for the bench. We all know that he's better for the bench. We know what Vaughan can do. He just has. And look, I'll say this: his last 2 games, I've been really impressed with him. It's just, I think he needs a change of scenery. From just not even captain standpoint, just from just like outside looking in. Not even outside looking in, just any person standpoint. I think he probably needs a change of scenery, and I think that's. I think that's just what we've had to do.
That's
all right.
Well, yeah, it's kind of obvious that James hasn't been playing his best footy the past couple of seasons. He has been a lot better the last couple of rounds. Definitely has been a lot better. And that, look, I feel really sorry for him because he at one stage he was the best half in the comp without a doubt.
Oh yeah, season 1 he was absolutely incredible. Like I'm just gonna say, season 1 he was
through season 2. Even halfway through season 2, he was probably the best half in the comp. But then he started to lose form, and that turns into loss in confidence. And yeah, like you said, a change in scenery is probably going to do him some good.
Yeah, it definitely
And
will.
probably for a team where that's having more success would probably do him some good. So if I was him, I would go to the Cowboys if they're offering him a role.
I don't look. Here's my thought on it. Like I'm gonna try to say this. Like again, it's up to Fawn. I know Fawn will make the best decision for him. But do the Cowboys? I don't see the use of him going to the Cowboys right now. We've seen the rumors about Caval set to re-sign. Moana's in career best form. I can't see him playing hooker next season, personally. I think the Warriors would be a perfect club for him to go to.
I know he'd go to the Warriors. Like, a lot of players don't want to make the move over New Zealand.
Yes.
Sorry to.
Holy shit!
What?
Okay, yeah, we all went up. Let's leave it. Let's
Sorry
leave it
to
because
cut.
we don't. It's out of respect for the players. Okay.
Can I just? Wow.
But that last one, I knew about all the other 3.
I didn't know about the last one either.
Suck
I didn't know
that was
the last one
surprising.
either.
That was
No,
really
I knew about
surprising.
I knew about the last one. I knew
And you
about
didn't
it.
tell us?
I'm very surprised about that last
Well,
one.
I'm happy about the
I
second
don't-
one that was announced.
I don't know if they had room to keep him. They just didn't have room, apparently.
I don't believe that.
I mean,
Sorry,
look at
he
Murphy's
is.
cap. I don't think that
He's
because don't
he's what, second best hooker in the comp?
probably
What's
is.
their?
I would be
Who's
paying
going to
No
play
him.
hooker
idea.
next season then? Wait, are we allowed to
What?
reveal who this is? I thought we were going to reveal unexpected
Okay.
players.
Nah,
I think
Well,
yeah.
no need. No
yeah, there's
need.
no need for it, but he. Oh,
We just revealed it because we
basically
said
confirmed
he's
it.
the second best hooker in the game, and we're
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about
we
his
basically
Senate club.
confirmed it. That's my bad. Yeah,
We got a bit excited there because we
No
saw
one knows
something.
who the
We're just,
second best hooker is, man. Come on.
okay, let's just
we're
move on
talking
now.
about Manly, bro.
Let's just move on now. Kelly to backflip. What's our thoughts on this?
That's
I
respect.
think Kelly's probably just
Probably.
trying to look for the media attention. We know he loves that media attention, and he's trying to flip the media around left, right, and center. So he's
Where was
probably
he
just
going?
trying to get some media attention.
Wait,
again.
I'll talk on this. So from the Eels, I don't know. I think he was gonna go back to the Broncos or somewhere up there.
Yeah, where was he going?
He said it. He told everyone on the Eels team. He made a massive message towards everyone. He then, like, on the same day that I was leaving, and now seeing this is just, I believe this is just for media attention. I still believe he is leaving because he cannot make, he's indecisive. He can't make his mind up. But I still, like, if that's his idea and that's like true, then good on Joey. He was a good player to play with. He's still a good player. And it'd be good to see him, do something at Para. But I just feel like this is all for media attention. Just get his name being spoken about. So
It would.
really
It
just
would
Joey's
definitely.
thing.
It would depend on what team he was going to for me. But I always think backflipping on a deal is very it's
Very shaky.
very disrespectful to the other team.
Why is that disrespectful, mate?
What do you mean? Why is that? Oh yeah,
You're talking to someone who backflipped.
Look, no, I think when you've made a commitment, you should stick to that commitment. I think it's.
But that's the thing. He didn't make a commitment to the Broncos.
Well,
he hasn't made a commitment there.
if he's backflipped on a deal, then he has made it. Backflipping on a deal means that you've basically already signed. You haven't signed the contract, but you've made almost a verbal agreement. And
Yeah,
if the thing with that is a team starts to build around that, especially if you're a marquee player like Kelly, who's probably one of, if not the best wingers in the comp at the moment. People start to build around him, and then once they find out, oh, you're not actually coming, they've got to basically try to get all the players that they've removed, tell all the players that they were going to get that they've no longer wanted. It just gets really messy.
yeah,
Um,
that's true.
I have to agree with
and
what you said.
I'm sorry that I'm saying this to you, Tim, because I realize you did backflip. But I don't think that the Raiders had at that stage had made any
Yeah,
really real ideas, and you're
that's
still
fine.
going for them.
Yeah, I'm still
You're still
going.
going for them.
I'm still sticking to the commitment. I did say I was going to win a premiership there, so I'm gonna come with my word.
That's
But
what Brandon Fifth did, and he's still playing for the Storm, so I don't see the issue here.
yeah, but like I'm either the title that the commissioner went with is wrong. He should have probably said Joey to play another season, or unless he actually made a verbal agreement to I don't know who's the captain for Broncos, Justin or Pete, and then that's just like a bit confusing for Joey.
What I'll say is, we do know the commissioner has heard some stories before. So there's a chance he just did his best Buzz Rothfield impression and decided to just make 5 different stories about Joey. So there's a chance he might not even be staying.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think there's a little truth in that.
He's just got to make his mind up. He's been deciding for way too long, Joey.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I agree.
It's just crazy.
We'll move on to the next story. So we got the next story. We got Rex Slattery. He's South Sydney's front rower Rex Slattery is rumoured to be announcing a move from the Redfern club for season 4. Will it be a move back home? And if anyone doesn't know, the move back home for him would be to the Warriors because he is a New Zealand Kiwi.
Yeah, is there any truth in this?
I mean,
Oh,
For sure.
I can't reveal anything yet, but what I can say is Penrith did speak to him, and he has already made up his mind of where he's going. But I won't reveal anything. It's unfair to him.
I meant more of the truth, as in he's leaving.
Oh,
I think he's leaving. Yeah.
I think
I
he's
spoke
leaving,
to him,
yeah.
and he did tell me that he was going to another club.
Okay.
Because Penrith, we did want him next season because I actually think he's a great forward. Rex
Yeah,
Slattery.
he's a great
Is
forward.
is he a second row or prop?
Both.
Oh yeah, both.
Well, no, what's his main?
Prop.
What does he
Prop.
prefer? Prop. Okay.
Well, that's crazy.
Look, he's not. Souths are going to need some good signings for next season if they do want to challenge. Manly, even with the people that like we all saw it. Don't try to hide it, Kane, by deleting it, but we all saw who got the tap on the shoulder, and I think even without them, they're still going to be a top 3 contender, and I think this is a big blow for Souths, and they're going to need a couple more key signings.
They are definitely going to need more than like a couple, man. That's like they're losing some of their best players, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
I'm not going to say
you look at it, I mean, Souths are. I think they're building for the future. They've got some really nice young players in there, and I think they're improving for the future. So, yeah, I think they probably need 1 or 2 more Mark C signings, but after that, they're probably all good.
For hide and secrets, boys.
Listen, we don't hide secrets on the show. We speak nothing but facts. Anyway.
This is what happens when you turn up late.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Tim. This is all your fault. Actually, there's something I wanted to talk about real quickly, which I found like an interesting point is.
Yep.
Did anyone else find it interesting? Right. But people have been reacting Warriors symbols to the Rex Slattery thing. And that all Warriors players definitely. I reacted to Warriors symbol because I saw it there. But take away me, a couple Warriors players have reacted. Oh, now it's going up. Now Dollars and Tim have reacted to it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a little hint at something? Do you think that's Chance Bunce, who is their captain, hinting at something? And look, he's done the same. Apparently that's just Moana and Isaac Simons reacting Warriors. But I think that's hinting at something.
No, I don't think so. They're probably just speaking out of their ass, the bloody Warriors, mate. I think they're just doing that. Just to, like, G up everyone. Unless it actually is true and he does, go to Warriors. That'd be cracker. That'd be cracker for Warriors, They might need it.
Do you see that?
No, I don't, mate.
I was talking about to Lachlan, but oh well.
Are you seeing what happened in SRL chat in the server?
No, I was talking more under Rex Slattery, but
oh no,
yeah.
I took off it.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
So that's all the stories that we have here that have came out of the SRL that's rumored. So now we'll move on to some of the round 6 tips with some team lists and all that stuff, fun stuff here. And so the first week, I'm pretty sure we've got. I'm pretty sure it's let me look. It's Warriors Broncos. Let's run through these 2 team lists quickly. So I'll run through some of the changes. First, we've got the Warriors. So they've got the Warriors. They have dropped Joshua Corcoran down to the bench. I'm not sure if this is an inactivity. They've got Isaac. I'm pretty sure Isaac Simons. I'm not sure if he was on the wing last week. TJ Ashford moves into the hooker role with Sage Magellan moving back to the halves. And Liam Rogers moves back to the starting side with Logan Strange going back to the bench. And TTR Maxwell is off the bench too. And then for the Broncos, we have got... So the Broncos changes this week. They've got... So Jack Carr remains on the bench. maybe a bit harsh.
I think that's a bit it. That's it. Not if it's harsh on him. Who else?
His Jack Carl. I don't even think Jack Carl should have been dropped the week he was. He had an awesome game.
Who else would you play? They're both 64 and 65 rated, aren't they? Who else would you take out besides Jack Carl?
So why
Just
is
take Cherry
gone
Evans
hard.
out. Cherry Evans has made.
Cherry Evans has been good.
why?
Fine,
So
but
why,
well,
is
why did you
Jason
drop?
Farrell-
Why would you drop Jack Carl on a week that he played well?
So why has? Can I just say one other thing? Why has Jason Farrell been moved to the bench? I think
He's
that
probably been a bit naughty boy, or he hasn't upgraded, been a bit inactive, maybe.
No, he's definitely not inactive.
He's definitely not an active.
Oh, and I just realised I feel like that was a bit silly of me to say. Something's happening on the scenes. I don't know.
Something must have happened. Who knows? But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And so what's our tip for this, boys?
Warriors 13 plus.
I think the Broncos can actually win this one. Maybe 1-6.
I'll go
No
Warriors 13
chance.
plus.
I'll go.
Yeah, Warriors 13 plus.
Yeah, I'll go Warriors 13 plus.
Yeah, nah, I reckon. I think what's he called? Chance Barnes, he'll get over for a try.
I reckon John
Unless he's
McCartney, my old teammate, will get over for one.
Maybe.
John McCartney was a good signing by them. I think it's really.
It's
Oh yeah,
out
definitely.
for
He's probably been their best player over the past couple of weeks.
apart from Buns.
Yeah. Well, it's been alright.
And so for the next game we have, I'm pretty sure it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
Rabbitohs.
South. It is South. Sorry, it's Rabbitohs Raiders at a regional ground in Coffs Harbour International Stadium.
Big debut.
Big
It's just
game.
it's like all the anxiety from you debuting again. It's just come back all on you.
Mm.
And like, okay, never mind that. But it's just it feels crazy to walk out with a new jersey on. To be honest, and walking out in front of a new stadium. New crowd, they're all yelling your name and all that stuff. So it feels good to run out with all the young kids out there.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll run through some of the changes for both sides. The Raiders, of course, they have Tim James moving to hooker with the trade. Other than that, there's not too much. I think they've went unchanged apart from that. And the Rabbitohs, they have just about the one change too. They've dropped Jake Tuss to the bench, and I can confirm this is because of inactivity. It's just caught up to him. He's been inactive for basically the whole season, but we've just finally decided to just drop him.
Who has, sorry?
Jake Tuss.
Has he really been inactive? He's actually been really good for you guys too. Wow.
He's been
Yeah.
inactive. He has not upgraded once this season.
And he's still this good. Jeez.
So we've moved
Drake
Dranigan. We've moved Drake Dranigan to lock, and Talos Riff gets a start on the edge.
Wow. That's hurt. That would hurt. But you got to do what you have to do.
You got to. It's basically just for the future. I mean, he's not in our future plans. I mean, past season 3.
Ooh.
So.
Who was that guy last season that was stupidly good for Manly? It wasn't active all of season 2 and the end of season 1.
It was Albi Akarangi.
Albi Akarangi, remember him?
Oh, he was so good.
He
Yeah,
was
he's-
like,
that's
good
a
for no
problem.
apparent reason.
Albie just left. He just did.
That's the problem
He just
with
left.
inactives. At the end of the season, because they can't sign another contract, because they're not there to give you a handshake. They can't.
have to leave.
They have to leave. Yep, that's why we've
Yeah.
dropped us, because we need to figure out how we can get by without him. And so, who's our tip for this game, boys?
Rabbitohs. I'm sorry, Tim. No offense, but fuck you. Rabbitohs.
Oh.
I
I'm
said no offense.
going to go against the grain here. I'm going to go Raiders. There's a reason for that.
Love
It's not just because they came back this week.
The
I
Raiders-
actually think the Raiders are hitting. I think they're finally hitting that form. I've said it all season. I think now is the game they hit that form, and I think the Raiders have been shaky the past couple of weeks. They lost 2 games before the Panther one. They should have lost to the Panthers. They got a bit of get out of jail free card there. On top of that, no offense, Liam again, but I think the Rabbitohs middle was a bit of concern.
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed Raiders, they're like a hard training team, man. And like, they're so good. like aggressive at training, and they all put in that effort, like every single one of them.
I think
So
the
like,
thing though is, I think we're really gonna if our forward pack fires this week, I think it'll be hard to stop. And if Isaac Edwards and Ash Crutcher can use the ball right, I think it will be very hard to stop. Like you notice, early in the game, especially last week, the Rabbitohs let the Panthers off really like a few times. There was once where I remember I made a break through the middle, and then we were going back to that same short side, and Logan, and I think it was Ash Crutcher or Isaac Edwards. They gave it the ball to guys, and he knocked it on. And silly errors like that, if the Rabbitohs can just fix that up, I think that improves them, and that's why I think Rabbitohs will have this win covered 1-12.
I'm gonna go my Raiders 1-12, and my new captain Rule. I reckon he'll go over for one. For
Yeah,
me.
nice.
Yeah, I'll tip the Raiders 1-12, but Liam, your forward pack does concern me. You've got a great outside back combination, but you guys concede a lot of meters off like sets.
We do concede a
teams.
lot. It's really
Off
concerning.
sets. Like early season, I think Jake Tuss stood up. I think even the past couple of games, and maybe that's probably because of his inactivity, but even Jake Tuss has sort of dropped off a bit. I think I think it's a good move in Jake. I think it's good moving Jake Granick into the middle because I think he's been one of your better forwards. But I think the middles of what you got like Rex Slater and who's the other guy?
Remy.
They're not great at the moment. They're not in great form. I don't think. I think Remy's probably all right. He's all right making meters, but even in defense, they concede a lot of meters. They don't push up to the line much. And even when you have like Cameron Relentless come off the bench, he's not. He's also a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
At times.
I do think you will need someone in the forwards to step up. Like when Jake Tuss isn't going to be playing big minutes, he is probably your best forward, in my opinion. I think Jake Tuss is a really, really good player.
I think our best forward by far is Logan Guys.
Oh yeah, Logan Guys by far. He's been the one that stands up for you guys.
I still think Jake Tuss over Logan Guys, but look, Logan Guys is obviously probably not going to start another game this season. He's been inactive that long.
Logan Guys.
No, Jake Tuss.
Oh, Jake Tuss. I was like, what?
No. Logan Guys will start for you. But there's not a lot Logan can do from the edge. You need one of your middle players, so that's Drake Jernigan, Mason Remy, and Rex Slattery to step up and be the forward that Jake Tuss was really. Otherwise,
I think Jernigan will be really good in the middle. I'm pretty sure he's got like an 86 break tackle.
Who's this?
Jernigan.
Which
is really good.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do really is hope, because what else can you do in that situation? I do think also Mason Remy needs to step up. I think he was really good last season, but just hasn't found his footing, I guess. I don't know what it is, but he does need to find it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I just think the Rabbitohs have a similar problem with Penrith with their middle forwards. Just they concede way too many meters.
Yeah.
Same with us. I think Lachlan Sinclair stands up a lot for us, but then I just think that like we have every other prop for us, for the most part, are rookies, which is a real issue for us. Rabbitohs have a bit more experience, but with their experience, their line speed is a lot very slow, and it's not great. They concede a lot of meters, and I think that's how Penrith sort of like just scored early tries with them. Was just we sort of ran out of gas in the end and ended up costing us the game. And I think that could be. I think with this Raiders forward pack, because the Raiders have a pretty good forward pack.
It's got to change very quickly, and Oh, that was the first game I really noticed it, but yeah, it's definitely
I
got to
noticed in the
change.
previous game, like I was talking to Fisher about it, and Fisher said that if we were going to win this game, we had to win it up the middle. And to be honest, we did that for the first 37 minutes. I think when you look at, you got Tim James up there, if he dictates turn like he can do, that could be dangerous. Kaval, Rangi, I can't say his
Yeah,
name.
let me help you out.
Rangi
Today,
Wihu?
how fit?
I think I don't. I think
Fehu. Is that how you say it?
Just say
Sereno
fit.
Fehu.
Fehu. Alright, Fehu, you got Malchus,
He's having the same problem.
Kaval. I
dear.
think the Raiders just. I think the Rabbitohs overall are a better team, but I think the Raiders just are the exact opposite of the Rabbitohs, and that could be very dangerous.
It
Yeah,
could be,
definitely.
but I think the fact that the Rabbitohs, if the Rabbitohs can find a way to hold on against this Raiders forward pack, and just stop them near the line, I don't think you can ever ride out the Rabbitohs. Even if the Raiders are just dominating through the middle everywhere, I don't think you can ever ride them out with Isaac Edwards' 40-20s and Ash Crutch's 40-20 abilities.
Yeah, look, to be honest.
Also, sorry.
Sorry, you go on. No, you go on.
No, you go on. You're gone.
Thanks for that. But I think that's what saved you in a lot of games. It's Isaac Edwards and Ash Crutch are just kicking. They can kick massive meters, and it sort of just saves you. I think that's part of the reason why they kick so much is because you're in your own end.
Yeah, they do kick a lot.
Oh,
The go forward's very little. That's why I think we rely on a big kick from Ash or Isaac or a big run from one of me or someone in the forward pack, because the forward pack hasn't been getting much go forward.
yeah, and I think that's a little bit on your inexperience of your halves. You know, getting out of
Experience.
your. Well, yeah, they were both bench players last year.
They've both been this in season 1 though. Like I want to call them an experience. They're the same. Like maybe in terms of like the fact they haven't had. Yeah, they're both here since season 1.
Yeah,
they
they've both
both?
been. Isaac was a starting half in season 1.
And Ash was at Manly, wasn't he?
Ash was the starting hooker at Manly.
How's he at 61?
He's
Yeah.
62. I put it on the game, but I don't know how he's so low.
That's
Well,
weird. Sorry,
Sandag's also a 62, and he's been here since season 1.
well then yeah, I
Just
don't
improve
know.
score. It depends what you prove to make you higher rating.
Yeah,
Some things improve
well-
your rating more.
well then I don't know what's going on. But something I will say is that I think the real big one of the real big position. I don't know how to explain it, but two players I would really look out for is the competition between Rahul Kawal and Logan Guys. I think that's going to be really exciting to watch. Me and the Manly boys were talking about just how I don't want to say underrated, but how much of Rahul Kawal's game goes unnoticed. Have you guys ever seen him get turned on to his own back?
Excuse me?
Like Rahul Kawal, I think he's a very underrated player, and I think the battle between him and Logan Guys is going to be very exciting to watch.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
It's very interesting, and I think it'll be a very good matchup. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next game, which is Cowboys v Manly at Adelaide Oval. So I'll go through the two sides changes this week. So
Yeah.
Manly, they have got so they've changed their halves up. Will Kay lines up in the halves with Chaz Dingo. Joshua Butterfield on the bench. Punch and Allison have swapped, which I don't know. I don't really like that. Yeah, and then the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure they went unchanged. Yep, they have.
Well, yeah. It hurts me to say this as against my own team, but I don't think we'll win this one.
Really?
You know?
Yeah. Well, when you look at I love Jackson, but when you look at his form in prop, he wasn't very good last year for the Broncos. Like I said earlier, I think Chaz Dingo is Chaz Dingo is a much better fullback than Kane is, and Kane's kind of missing some parts of his game to be really work well. What else? What else? I don't think Jesse Bennett's a second row. I think he's a prop. And Will Kay is playing in the halves for the first time. Well, starting in the halves for the first time this season, which is a really big shake-up. He deserves that spot, definitely. But I don't think he'll win against the Cowboys. If it was almost any other team, they probably would. But I don't think against the Cowboys.
Yeah, look, I always use the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Manly wasn't broke. They haven't lost a single game. Why are they changing their team? Like it's not like, and it's also not like teams can really plan against you. It's rugby league like 4. Like it's not like the teams can sit down and be like, all right, when Jesse Bennett gets the ball, just smash him. Just absolutely smash him.
Yeah, because
it's rugby league like 4.
You can't do any game planning to go, okay, when Jesse Bennett gets the ball, I'm gonna send a player. I'm gonna send a player to absolutely jam out of the line and try and smash him.
Like, it's not like they're changing Kane Chapman to the fullback. They try to trick things up and change it up so the opposition doesn't know what to expect. No, it's rugby league like 4. The opposition has no idea about Chastinko's form, right?
Yeah.
So I personally, it ain't broke, don't fix it. I want to be changing anything from Manly.
Yeah,
I get Will Kay because he's versing his old club.
Yeah,
want to get up in that game, but Allison back to second row. I actually put Jesse Bennett prop, and then obviously I swapped Tingo and KCK around.
Yeah, I think Kane's move to fullback hurts the team more than it really helps it. Because don't get me wrong, he's not a terrible fullback, but moving him off the wing brings in Malachi Booth, and in my opinion, Malachi Booth isn't a great player.
He's a bit of a troll, though.
Well, I'll say he is really fast, Malachi Booth.
He is, but he doesn't get past the defenders. That's the only problem. I don't believe his strength is overly high for a man his size, which means he just gets folded in air contention. He's not good at all. He's just not a great winger at all, and I think moving Chapman Kenny from winger to fullback means that we have to bring a rookie into the wing position, which isn't the way we probably want to against a top level team.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm saying Cowboys 1-12, even 6-12.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so for the last game. Oh no. Forget the rest of the tips. Okay, who's out the rest of our tips, please?
Oh, what's the game? Cowboys what?
Manly.
No, Manly 13 plus. I don't know. Manly 13 plus. You know they'll do it. They're capable of it. They're a bloody good team. I'm sick of admitting it. They're so good. They're smart about their playmaking and everything, and they're just good with the ball, mate.
Different.
So they're just built different.
They barely won though the last couple of weeks, and I don't know if I'd say both those sides are better than the Cowboys.
Yeah,
which is why I'd go. Which is why I'm gonna say Cowboys 1-12.
I'm gonna go big. Go big or go home, and the reason I'm going big or go home is the Cowboys. They've got better each week. I know Manly are undefeated, but their performances have got worse and worse over as the season's gone on. Their first game was very good. That game against Penrith, they probably should have beat us by more, considering how good we were at the time. Their third game was it was against the Rabbitohs, so it was a decent game. The last 2 games, they haven't been great. They've got the win, though. The good teams get the win on the adversity. I think this is the week the Cowboys prove they can win the comp. Cowboys 13 plus.
Wow. I didn't expect anyone to say Cowboys 13 plus, but wow. What a big tip. And
I know. Great storyline.
And the last game of the round, you could also say this is a bit of an odd tip. Panthers versus Eagles.
Panthers
Oh.
or who? What?
Panthers versus the Eels.
Oh, Jesus. Eels 13 plus easily.
think the
I'll just
Panthers
run
can
through
win
the
this one.
sides quickly. So for the first, we'll go for the Eels side first. So for the changes they've made, I can't see anything. Well, they've got Atchison just spotted in where Tim James was, and for the Panthers, they have changed. So Brody Kennedy moves back to the number one jumper. That means Subtle Cart moves back to the centres with Fisher on the wing. Anthony Delaney gets his shot in the halves. Mark Lee moves back to hooker. Tim Ball goes to second row. I don't remember he was there or not. Lachlan Martin goes to the number 13 jumper. Jordan Williams is on the bench. And Simon Hunt is on the bench too. Who's that? What are our thoughts
Eels
on this?
13 plus. Eli to get a try. Holy crap! This isn't an easy game to go with. Because we can just talk about how Lachlan, how bad Penrith been this season. I mean, Eels haven't been the greatest. But let's be real. We've won a game. So, it's really just an Eels game for me. So Lachlan.
Butters, what's your tip?
Just chuck that in.
I think the Panthers won 1-6. I think it'll be very close. I think the Panthers can win as long as they can keep. If the Panthers can keep a second half performance, no offense, Lachlan, they will win easily. You see what they did to South Sydney in the first half. They were well and truly on top, and I think you can admit that, Liam.
Yeah, they won.
They were your second half is laying you down, but if you can get a hold of that, you easily will be a top 4 team next season, easily.
Second place.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm not going to tip this week. We'll see how we play. I just want to play good. I've been happy about the last 3 games. We've led at some point, and we've been in the game for the entire contest. We've just lost it at the end. We've played a 78-minute contest 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, fair. So
Or an 88-minute contest against the Broncos, but that wasn't good enough apparently.
Yep. Okay. And my tip, I think it's a very hard tip. I'll go Penrith to get their first win by 1. To find the streak of losing by 1, and no, they didn't lose by 1. I'll go. They'll kick the field goal this time and win by
We lost
1.
by 1 last time we versed them.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Also, can I just say, stop. Love Mark Lee, but stop giving him last play.
well, he won't be getting the last play this week because he's on he's
Yeah.
at hooker, so he just passed the ball.
He's also literally been one of our best players.
Yeah.
His kicking skill is subpar, but his ball playing skill is literally probably one of the best players in the comp with ball playing skills. It's actually just incredible how good he's ball playing.
Yeah, his ball playing's amazing, but every time I see him go for a kick, it just hurts me.
I wish RLL4 had a tactic thing where you could choose who you wanted to kick on last. Because if I would be doing it, I would not be given. I would just be giving the other half 100% of the kicking.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, boys.
All good.
Still coke every week.
Yeah, all good.
It's interesting. I'm looking forward to how we play this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
No
So
offense.
that should wrap up the episode, boys.
Should.
And we will be that will wrap up the episode. We'll be back next week with another episode. And yep, thank you all. We'll be back for round 7 tips